Have you ever looked at your life and seen only a mess of tangled knots and confusing turns that seem to lead you absolutely nowhere at all? Like a weary weaver in a forgotten workshop, we often find ourselves staring at the messy underside of the tapestry, where every mistake seems to ruin the work. We struggle through the shadows, feeling that our efforts are wasted on a design that makes no sense, a pattern that appears broken and devoid of any beauty. The storms of life arrive without warning, battering our spirits and leaving us to wonder why the fabric of our existence is being woven with such dark colors. From our limited perspective, we only see the loose ends and the rough textures. We see the pain and the struggle, but the purpose remains hidden from view. In these moments of deep shadow, it is easy to believe that the darkness is all there is, and that our story is nothing more than a failure. Every adversity we face, every loss we endure, and every bitter failure we taste feels like a sharp knot being tied into the very soul of our being. We feel isolated, as if we are wandering through a barren desert where the heat of hardship threatens to consume everything we have ever worked so hard to build. We ask ourselves why destiny has forced these dark threads upon us. Why must our lives be marked by the shadows of disappointment and the weight of regret? We look at the bright, golden threads of others and wonder why our own collection of colors is so muted, so filled with the grays of daily struggle. But the master weaver knows that the tension is necessary. Without the stretching of the thread, the fabric cannot hold the weight of the design being created. We believe the dark threads are mistakes, but in the grand design of the universe, there are no accidents, only elements of a story we cannot yet read. When you are lost in the fog of your own sorrow, remember that the weaver is still working, even when the pattern is completely invisible to your eyes. Every tear you shed is a drop of ink in a masterpiece. Every heartbeat of pain is a rhythm that builds the strength of the final, beautiful song. The darkness is not the absence of a plan. It is the background against which the light will eventually shine with the most incredible and unexpected brilliance. Do not judge the work by its back. The knots you feel today are the anchors that will hold the beauty of your tomorrow in its perfect place. Patience is the quiet companion of the weaver. It is the bridge between the struggle of the present and the revelation of the glory that is coming. Imagine a man on a desert island, watching his only shelter burn to the ground. In his eyes, it is the final tragedy of a broken life. He cries out in anger and despair, believing that the universe has finally abandoned him to the cold silence of the night and the hungry waves of sea. But that smoke, which he saw as a sign of his destruction, was actually a signal. It was a message rising up to reach those who could help. A ship arrives, not by chance, but because the captain saw the fire. What the man called a disaster, the rescuers saw as a call for help. Your greatest trials are often the signals that bring your greatest rescues. The fire that destroys your comfort may be the very thing that saves your life. It is time to change our perspective. It is time to stop looking at the messy back of the tapestry and see what has actually been created. With a deep breath, the weaver prepares for the moment of truth. He begins to release the tension, allowing the story he has dived into to breathe. The transition is often frightening. We are so used to the knots and the mess that we are afraid to see if there is any beauty at all. As the fabric turns, the mystery begins to unfold. The secrets of the dark threads are about to be revealed in a way that will change everything. What was once hidden in shadow is now moving into the light. The revelation of the master's intent is finally within the weaver's reach at last. The struggle was not in vain. The pain was not a mistake. Every moment of hardship was a deliberate choice by the hand of the divine weaver. Look at the masterpiece. The knots that felt so ugly on the back have become the very textures that give the flowers their life and their depth. Without the dark threads, the golden ones would have no contrast. The shadows you hated are the very things that give your glory its shape and definition. A leader looks back at his years of bankruptcy and realizes that those hard times taught him the resilience that now defines his great and lasting success. An athlete touches the scar of a career-ending injury, knowing that the recovery process built the inner strength required to finally win the highest of honors. The writer sees that every rejection was a lesson in craft, a necessary step that polished their voice until it was ready to speak to the world. Our scars are not signs of weakness. They are the medals of our survival. They are the proof that we have been tested and found worthy. Nature itself teaches us this truth. The deepest valleys are what make the mountain peaks appear so majestic and so close to the heavens above us. The pressure that threatens to crush us is the same pressure that turns coal into diamonds. We are being refined, not destroyed, by the fires of life. Now he understands. The weaver was never angry at him. The weaver was simply focused on the beauty of the side he could not yet see. Every piece of the puzzle fits. Every thread has a purpose. The grand design is more beautiful than anything we could have ever imagined for ourselves. Your life is a work of art in progress. Do not judge it while it is still on the loom, unfinished, and under the heavy tension of growth. Even in the hardest conditions, life finds a way to create something miraculous. Your struggle is the soil in which your future greatness is taking root. From the perspective of the future, you will see that every adversity was a golden thread, perfectly placed to create the masterpiece of your unique destiny. The workshop is no longer a place of gloom, but a temple of creation. The weaver walks out into a world that is new and full of hope. Look up from your loom and see the vastness of the world that awaits you. Your story is part of a much larger and more glorious symphony. Time is the friend of the faithful. With every passing moment, the design becomes clearer, and the purpose of your pain becomes more and more evident. Be the lighthouse in your own storm. Know that your light is fueled by the very challenges that once threatened to extinguish your hope and your spirit. We are all weavers in this together. Our individual tapestries are being joined to create a story of human resilience that will echo through all of eternity. Peace comes when we realize that the master weaver is competent. We can rest in the knowledge that our lives are in the hands of love. Keep weaving, even when your hands are tired and your heart is heavy. The most beautiful patterns often require the most difficult and exhausting movements. Each struggle is a golden thread. Each moment of endurance is a stroke of genius on the canvas of your existence. You are a creator of destiny. The universe is darning your wounds with gold. You are not being broken. You are being broken open to receive the light of 1,000 suns. Trust the process. Trust the weaver. Trust that the back of the tapestry is only a temporary view of a permanent and magnificent beauty yet to come. You are the masterpiece. Your life is the message, and every dark thread has been woven with the intention of making your light shine forever. Each adversity is a golden thread creating your priceless destiny. Keep weaving your story with courage, for the masterpiece of your life is being born today.